Hello everyone, my name is Eng Jie Singh and my teammate is Leong Zhong Wei and Mohammad Fakro. Today we want to share about futurism. Do you still thinking about what is futurism? Now let me tell you. Futurism is Italian futurismo, Russian futurism, early 20th century artistic movement centered in Italy that emphasized the dynamic speed, energy, and power of the machine and the vitality, change, and relentlessness of modern life. So, futurism is that denounce the past in this proposing an art that celebrates the industrial and technological development of the modern age. Furthermore, what is the characteristic of futurism? The characteristic of futurism are a focus on the technical progress of modern machine age, like I said earlier, is dynamic, speed, energy, and vitality and change. And how they change this, let's see.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Fakru Shakiran bin Rosdi. I will discuss about Gilgamesh. Before that, I will tell you a little bit about Gilgamesh. He was born on 18 July 1871 in Turin and died on 1 March 1958 in Rome at the age of 87 years. He is a painter, furniture design, involved with orchestra music, and participated in the film. He also published the Manifesto del Color in October 1918, where he analyzes the role of color in avant-garde painting. And during World War I, Bell Studio became a place for young artists. Gilgamesh is an artist obsessed with the increasing speed and industrialization of the modern world. The first work to be discussed is Dynamism of a Dog on a Lace in 1912, and medium is oil on canvas. The progress and modernizations of this artwork is influenced by the chronophotography of Edward Muybridge, who used a group of cameras attached to three wires to show synchronization images of animals in motion. This drawing visually depicts the perception of movement, speed, and the changes that take place. To achieve this goal, Gilgamesh used the cubism technique, using split and intersections surface and plate line to show several simultaneous views of an object. But Gilgamesh also sees to describe the movement of object, so the rhythm, repetition, or space of object line during transits. Therefore, the rendering of motion by simultaneous showing many aspects of a moving object. The process of repetition also applies to the woman shoe dissolve into a dashing pattern. Therefore, this piece embodies of futurism main term, that dynamism and speed. The second work is Abstract Speed plus Sound in 1913 until 1914, and the medium is oil paint on millboard. This work depicts a rushing car that gives a glimpse of light fragment to the exploration of movement. Visually, describe the perception of movement, speed, and change that occur. As stated in the first work, Giacomo used Cubism technique in his work. Giacomo painted very different from Cubist works in other important way. While Cubism love life and portrait, but Futurism prefer subject like a car, heights, speed train, racing, cycling, dancer, and animal, and also city crowds. And Giacomo painting have a brighter and more vibrant color than Cubism work, and they reveal dynamic and restless compositions. The work also envision the overflow of reality of the painting into the audience's own space. This artwork is the central part of the narrative triptychs that suggest a change of landscape through the passage of car through the atmosphere. His next work was Swift Path of Movement plus Dynamic Sequencing in 1913 and Oil on Canvas. This work is like a study of the mathematics of movement with 20 studies that Giacomo did using swallowbirds as his subject matter. This painting also shows a balancing synthesis of light and motion, space and state of mind, objectivity and subjectivity, elaborate to the myth of abstraction. Giacomo begins with a very obvious subject, namely a swallowbird flying past a window, and then he creates movement using different drawing technique to make the work abstract. Therefore, this painting depicts a group of birds as they move out of window. The last artwork in my presentation is Straight Light in 1909 by on canvas. The origin of this name of this work is Lampada at Arco. Giacomo paint straightforward, modern and technological subject that in one of the new electric street light newly installed at the moment in Rome. The introduction of electricity light must be an exciting scene of technological advancement for futurists, as well as a powerful symbol of how the ancient city of Rome finally let it pass and enter modern time. In the past, people relied on the moon to see at night, but in modern time we depend on electricity. Therefore, Giacomo used clear and bold brushstroke in a repetitive V pattern to illustrate the light and energy radiative from the lamp. The central color of the street light is white and yellow, which is almost dazzling in the middle of the lamp to a cooler color further than the light bulb.
Hello to everyone, I'm Leong Zhongwei. Now I'm going to present Umberto Bocconi. He is one of the futurist artists. Bocconi was an influential Italian painter and sculptor. He helped to shape the revolutionary aesthetic of the Futurism movement as one of its principal figures. On 11th of February 1910, Bocconi with Pala, Carlo Cala, Ruggi Russolo, and Severini, 6 artists signed the Manifesto of Futurist Painter. And on 8th of March, he read the manifesto at the Politeama Carrera in Turin. Now, I'm going to talk about his artwork, The City Rises. This artwork, also named as La Città Sale. It has been worked for a nearly year to finish. This artwork is getting so famous because it has been considered as his turning point into the Futurism. Before this artwork, he used to wave between the Pointillism and Impressionism. Due to this, some of the elements of Impressionism still can be seen in this artwork. Besides that, in this artwork, he attempts a great synthesis of labor light and movement. He also thus emphasizes some of the most typical elements of Futurism, such as exaltation of human work, modern town, and building. After that, this artwork also very important for Futurism and Bocconi himself. The title of his artwork is The Laugh. It also named as La Risata. It has been considered as Bocconi's first truly Futurism work. It is because this artwork had fully parted with divisionism of Impressionism. Some scholars also consider this artwork is a response of fight back to Cubism. From the record of Bocconi, this artwork is inspired by the social foundation of that time. He tried to use this artwork to make people rethink the bourgeois culture that restricts mankind. In 1911, Bocconi spent most of the time working on a trilogy of painting named Stati d'animo, which means state of mind. In this trilogy, his expressed departure and arrival at a railroad station, such as the farewell, those who go and those who stay. This artwork has attempted to depict the psychological aspect of the drama and emotions of modern travel. And this artwork, State of Mind 1, The Farewell, is the first painting in the State of Mind series. Besides that, stuff from 1920, with the inspired by the energetic of horse and element of elasticity, he used intense chromatics to complete a series of dynamic painting. Dynamics of a Cyclist in 1913 is one of the famous paintings of this series. This painting has demonstrated the futurism preoccupied with speed, modern method of transport, and the description of the dynamic sensation of movement. He attempts to represent the dynamic sensation of a cyclist moving through time and space. Last but not least, after Bocconi published his book named Futurized Painting and Sculpture, it caused a rift between him and some futurist artists. Therefore, he abandons his ambition of dynamic and instead sought future decomposition of a subject by means of color. At the same time, he also reveals his previous interest in portrait. The main subject of this artwork is a man who is in the peaceful place of alcohol, leaning over the table and framed from above.
Next, this is a aspect and analysis of artwork. The artwork is The City Rise from Umberto Boccioni. This this piece of artwork by pen by mixed color, and then we can see that the majority of this artwork is warm color and which is red. And for example, why he paint like this is you can see the light plays an energetic role of sustaining tired workers with new force and power, and emphasize the rise of the new modern city. Next, what technique of he used is the wall artwork shows rapid and filamentous brushstroke. This painting technique is this painting technique brushstroke is called divisionism. It is to make dynamic effect. Then the form of this painting is organic and in semi-abstract. So you can see a large horse race into the foreground while several workers struggle to gain control of it, suggesting a primeval conflict between humanity and beast. So the horse, you can see the horse and figure are a bit blurred and communicating rapid movement, while other elements such as the building in the background are rendered more realistically. So, and then we can see the perspective. At the same time, the perspective theaters dramatically in different sections of the painting, just like at anywhere. Secondly, this piece of artwork, the laugh, and the aspect color is on dark cool color and a bit of warm color mixing. So you can see a white platelet and a side color unconventionally on this piece artwork. So you can feel a lot of emotion from this piece of artwork. For instance, you can see the skin tone of the woman on the left hand side is painted with white, pink, and even purple. So this use of color define the woman as artificial. So then the technique of this painting is color mixing with gradient style and a bit of scumbling technique on the figure to make the texture more attracting. Yeah. So the perspective he used is blur the furniture and disrupt the border of the subject. For example, when he paints the table that people are sitting at, he leaves out functional aspect of the table such as leg. Next is form. From this piece artwork, almost this piece artwork shape are arranged in rectangle and to show the focus point of the woman, and the depiction of woman here evoke a form of control. Although there are a few number of women than men, these women are placed in location throughout the painting that are above the men. Thus, this piece of artwork is that of my one, the farewell. This color is about this artwork is about a warm color palette which is red, yellow, orange, and brown black. And then the technique of using is color mixing with gradient style, scumbling technique, brushstroke. You can see some texture are more clearer on the subject. So next is form. You can see the arrangement of abstraction is very nice, and then the steam and smoke of the railway engine and even the station environment of wave around the element is calm, and the come from the railway engine's number is repeat the form. So it the repetition make the artworks look so harmony. And then the perspective is multiple point perspective, and from that we can see the unbalanced show shape and form from the movement, figure movement. So it like shows some color bonding of subject in avant-garde. Next, the color of dynamic of a circlist from Umberto Boccioni is the color looks so harmony in harmony style. The color is have red, blue, green, white, and gold. The perspective is showing the subject at the center and more big and clear compared to background is more blur. So the form using is abstraction form compared to uh, his past artwork. Now he used more abstraction on after artwork. So the abstraction form artwork is more clearly in using geometry and mixing organic form and silvery light and its vortex of cones and fin form. Yeah. So the technique of his using is color mixing with gradient style, scumbling technique, and smoothing. Like apply 3 or 4 color closer to each other with a dry brush on the surface. Lastly, the title of artwork is The Thinker of Via Ripamonti. This artwork is more about contrast color, just like warm and cold color to show the figure and the subject matter and object behind the background. So the color using is yellow, brown, and blue, green. A bit contemporary color, but without purple. Just like with playing with the value key tone, light tone like that. And then the perspective is emphasize principle in 3-point perspective and just like color banding. And then the form using is abstraction of the geometry form become organic and the organic form become geometric for contrast the movement. And then the technique using is smoothing. It also apply 3 until 4 color closer to each other with a dry brush, randomly blending some of the color together to mix. In a nutshell, the futurism of the movement emphasized the importance of the future, mainly as a relate to the advancement of the machine age and the importance of the urban environment propelling people forward into a progressive state of mind. In addition, it can be said like the variety of shape and form depends on the culture and understanding in the placement of the story who according to the luxury or status of a person. Futurism also championed speed, technology, science, youth, and violence. Thank you.